Well, hello everyone and welcome to this video, my channel, however you see it. I am still in Paris and below me is the buzzing streets of Paris, and I am feeling pretty funky today. Feeling pretty grateful, feeling pretty cool being in Paris. Look, it's right down there. So this is the Bastille. If you weren't with me yesterday, my video is really slow so to upload in here. So Wi-Fi is in many any hotels or so. Different speeds, and some work, some don't. So maybe there's a delay, you know. I know you're all anticipating the next video. Anyway, so I'm just gonna sit here and talk to you a little bit, as I do every day, mostly. Trying to find the best lighting and all that. How are we doing today? You can ask yourself that question. I'm feeling pretty fine, feeling pretty funky, feeling grateful. And sitting up in my hotel room, and it's so sunny outside, and I'm gonna go out and seize the day. I'm gonna certainly seize the day. Slept pretty good, and I'm on my way tomorrow. I just got a new job, or new offer job, so exciting. Anyway, I'm gonna talk to you about, I don't know what was in my mind. Just talk to you about like what achievements are, and what they're not. You know what I mean? What I've been thinking about. Yesterday I was having a conversation with a client of mine, and I had another dinner with another friend of mine later in the evening, and I was just talking about what I realized is that sometimes we talk a lot about achievements and what we've achieved and what our dreams are, or what our goals are, and all those things. And what I realized is that let me shut the. It's too loud. It's a beautiful day here in Paris, but it's too loud and it's super hot. Achievements, back to that. I think that achievements are something, is so wonderful in being able to achieve something, and achieving your goals and your dreams and all that, and that's definitely makes life worth living, and it feels good doing what you want to do, especially if you are doing what you want, that you love, and I could say that I do that, and I'm so grateful for my career. But anyway, at the end of the day, you know, it's like, what I achieve, what does it feel like, and what does it mean, and all that kind of thing, and how I question it now, because I've achieved a lot in my life, and I'm not here tooting my horn, but I am to myself, because I'm really, really grateful and really proud about what I've done and what I've achieved in my life. But what does that mean? Is it, I guess in a way, it's temporary, you know, it's temporary, and it's absolutely unnecessary, in a way, you know. It's incredible on one hand, and on the other hand, it's nothing really matters, because, you know, there's this sense of separation from all of us, and that, you know, if we achieve something, sometimes we feel really, really good, and our ego can be very much stroked in that way, and you know, you get a pat on your back, and all that can happen, and that's a really good thing. But as you know, as you are the character in your own movie or your own play, how long can you do that? And do you believe that you're superior over somebody or something? Some of us can do that, because it's very intoxicating, like to achieve something, and to achieve something really well, and to be seen a certain way, and that's really, really great. And you know, on the external, it can look like, you know, like you are the hottest ticket right now, or whatever, at your job, or it doesn't matter where you're working, or whatever you're achieving, or however you're being perceived by others, is like, it's like, you know, like the constant stream that is flowing. You know, yesterday I talked about the flow, and the flow of life, you know, the flow of all of it comes so much challenges and triumphs, and disappointments perhaps, and all of this kind of charade, you know. And I'm talking about the external part, because that is how I don't know how I can definitely say that I've achieved a lot, and then, you know, for a very, very long time my authentic power wasn't really
real, because that could sustain me for some time, to feel some kind of achievement if I did a good piece, or if I taught a good class, or if I, you know, all those kind of things. But it was temporary, and it is temporary, and things are temporary. They are not permanent. And neither is the suffering, because it comes along with that. You know, like I can do a great piece, and then later I can drop. You know what I mean? And so as I recognize that play and observe that, it's really, really a cool opportunity for me to recognize that nothing is that serious if I place, you know, if I don't place any kind of requirements on any kind of thought or feeling or emotions. It's just part of the flow. Do you understand what I mean? So if I go really deep into feeling that feeling of like I've achieved something, I'm superior, and I feel, you know, great, look at me, and you know, this is my price, and I'm like, you know, like the shit like right now because I feel like the shit. That's just a play. It's a play of life. It's a play of, like, you know, people, you see people do that, and I've seen a lot of people destruct themselves, live a life of destruction because they can't always be able to achieve that. And when, you know, if they don't, you know, they can be on top of the world for a very long time, and I guess, you know, however they are fulfill that or feel that they are that, then and then things can drop, because, you know, you're not always, you know, there are 9 billion people on the planet, give or less, and, you know, there's always someone around the corner that perhaps or something has something different than you would do on the external, some kind of other gift, or, you know, it's something, some people are really gravitated towards that, and like are not, or all this kind of thing. All of this is an illusion, and I realize that there is an illusion. And when you don't have to attach yourself to any kind of success or failure, it's part of the, it's the yin and yang, it's all part of the play. And that flow of life, I really believe that that flow of life is really where you know, at least that's where I choose to live that, and I'm constant with that. And it's really amazing, because when the mind starts coming up with some kind of superior label to my external activities, or myself, or superior or inferior, or any kind of like that. And I would say, you know, like they're both, it's the yin and yang. It happens all the day. It can happen daily in our daily activities. You know, you feel good about this, you feel great about what you're wearing, you feel great about, you know, what I've achieved, I feel great, all this stuff. That has nothing to do with authentism. You know, and there's nothing wrong with any of it. You know, there's nothing right or wrong with anything. But as I observe myself, and I realize my choice of how I choose to be unreasonably happy, you know, unreasonably happy with my existence on every level, is something so incredible that I have to share that, because there is this, you know, a lot of people do not like unreasonably happy people. Do you know what I mean? And you know, things, if we give attachment to things and circumstance, we feel if we attach ourselves to those things, that becomes the identity, and that's not the identity. The identity, or the identity, or the personality. You are not your personality. Your personality is part of your ego, and it navigates you through the world, and it's not right or wrong. But, you know, if you're attached to any kind of circumstance, you know, it's really like, that's unreasonable, I think. And the choice to be happy, and this constant stream, the choice, you know, like, and that's feeling. What is happiness? Happiness is very it's all really about interpersonal relationships and with yourself. You know what I mean? It's with, you know, allowing yourself to feel all of these feelings and be happy anyway, and feel them. And sometimes they feel really, you know, dire and final, and everybody hates you, and everybody's looking at you, and you feel vulnerable, and you're like, oh my god, I'm not worthy, and she is, and he is, and all this kind of stuff, this kind of exhausting kind of attitude, or this kind of response to your circumstance can be really exhausting. And that maybe is the low energy you're experiencing, I guess, you know, if that makes any sense to you. So there is a possibility in this gap, you know, between, you know, thought creating emotion, you know, and it will happen, and it does happen, but there is a gap, I believe, where you can choose to be okay with it all, and then you can make implied decisions on how to respond, and authentically, and sometimes silence is the best thing, do you know what I mean? And just being with yourself and allowing yourself to feel, just feel. And we've been desensitized to that, I think, in some ways, to feel our feelings, to be able to just allow ourselves to feel, and not have to medicate or have to run away. And you know, we have our vices, you know, we have our vices. Some of us like to drink, some of us like to do drugs, some of us like to do these things, and that is most likely to be able to, you know, just kind of, you know, relax or chill. There's all many reasons why, and none of it is right or wrong. Like, there's no judgment or label here. I think, you know, I smoke pot from time to time, and I really like that feeling of just releasing and relaxing, and I do like that very much. So, you know, it's like, you know, there's no good or bad person in that sense. You know, everybody has every part of the spectrum inside of them, and we can choose which one will serve us or whatever. And sometimes we choose that dark to validate the feelings that we have of inferiority inside of us. If that makes any sense. You know, this is just a perception. This is just me allowing myself just to, you know, just to share, to share, because you're you're mankind and humankind, and you know, and someone, you know, I've read and I've listened, and people have, you know, yeah, influenced me and my choice and my journey and how I spend my journey and my beautiful life that I live. And I'm perhaps to some people very unreasonably happy, but I really don't, you know, like I have always said, I don't give a fuck about any of that, because it has nothing to do with me, and that's just part of their journey and part of their movie and their life, and that's all good. It's all good, you know, like the more people, you know, I don't know, like, I don't know. There's all many possibilities and people you meet and all kinds of things, and they're all reflections of you, because you put a label on it and you respond to it, your ego does, and it just does that, and that's just one level of the reality, and below that you are the blue sky behind the thoughts. I really believe that, and there's possibility for change. There's possibility for responding or reacting or allowing something that was there before, an old mental pattern, and go through that and just and make a change. And you know, you change the way you think about things, and things change, they manifest. And so it's such a beautiful, beautiful world without any kind of expectations. And it sounds paradoxical, but beauty lies in beauty, for me at least, beauty lies in the moment, and making my implied decision to respond how I want to respond, and for me. And that's perhaps seen as selfish, and that's part of our conditioning too. You can't be selfish. You can't, you know, it's when you hear people say, I love myself, you know, that's really alarming to a lot of people, because that seems to be selfish, and I don't believe that at all, but I get to choose. That's my birthright, to be able to choose my joy and my response. So this is what I say. I love myself fully for all the charades that happen or go on, for every moment that I feel. I own it. I take responsibility, and I love myself for that. I love myself for my emotions, my energy. I love myself for my reactions, my sadness, my the contrast that shows up in my life, to be able to make a choice. I love myself for that, and I want you to love yourself for that too. And just, we need to remind ourselves, because nothing's permanent, and sometimes we feel like we can't find any reason to love ourselves, and that's really a crock of shit, I can tell you right now. There's a possibility that you can, I don't know, and if I feel like I'm preaching right now and you feel like that, I'm okay with that. I love that. I love everything about me. I'm not gonna, there's no reason to judge anything about ourselves at all. So, you know, give the world yourself and open your hearts and just connect on the tiniest level. It feels so good. You know, the motive is not to get, but that's the paradox. Like, you get, so it's not that, and like you get for yourself, and you know, go out there today, open a door for somebody. You know, smile. I love that one. Just smile to people and be happy. Just be happy as a choice, unreasonably. Even if you're not, like, just lighten up and light up the world, because we certainly need that, I believe, like that. So, have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for watching me, and yeah, well, there's only one truth, and that's love. And you can see that if you just open and relate to the sun. It is just a possibility. It's love. It's all love and acceptance, and that's what makes my world go around. I want it to make your world go around too. Thank you for watching, and I will see you. Yeah, I'm on my way back home to Amsterdam, and then I'm on to Rome. I'm working in Rome. Yes, it's so cool. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.